What's up guys, it's your boy Hima, and in this video I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to know about leveraging. Alright, so leveraging is a fancy word for debt. Alright, you basically borrow money from a bank and then you use it, you leverage it to make an extra profit. Alright, so it's very simple. It's not as very lucrative as some people would tell you. Of course, there are different variations, but the basic principle, the basic fundamentals are very simple and easy. And if you guys want to do this example with me, you're more than welcome to try it your own way. You can get a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. Alright, and to make things easier, I'll use really simple numbers and really simple example. Alright, so let's see, we have a XYZ coin. Alright, so this is the new coin. It's hot out there, everyone is talking about it. Alright, and you want to jump in and you want to leverage. Alright, right now this coin is trading at $5 a pop. Alright, a coin is at $5. Now you have $4,000 with you right now. This is you. Alright, it could be a man or a woman or a they. Alright, got $4,000 of money. Fair amount of money. Alright, and you know, and now you think, you know what, I want to borrow some money and I want to leverage and make an extra profit. You sure that this coin will go up. You did all your research. This is a short-term trade. Alright, you go to the bank. Alright, you go to the bank, you ask them, hey, can you give me $4,000 as a personal loan? You can get it for a personal loan for any kind of purpose. Now, to make things simple, I'm not going to talk about interest rates or taxes or anything else, because if you look interest rates and stuff, things will get more complicated. But of course, in real life, interest rates do apply, but I want you to get the basic idea so you don't get confused. Alright, so you go to the bank, you also borrow $4,000. Alright, and you put your $4,000 in, you put bank's $4,000 in. How much capital do you have right now? $8,000. Right, so you buy it at $5. Let's say this goes to $10. You have $4,000. You go to the bank and borrow $4,000 from them. You leverage, and then you buy the XYZ coin for $8,000 at $5 a piece, and then in a given period of time, the coin doubles its value. How much do you have right now? You've got $16,000. Right? This is your profit, not your net profit. Right? You got your profit. Now, the bank comes and asks you, hey, we need our money back. Alright, good luck with your profits, but we need our money back. You have to pay the bank. You can't just not pay the bank. It's not your money. Alright, so you go to the bank again. You give them your $4,000. Alright, $4,000. How much do you have right now? What's the value after you reduce $4,000 from $16,000? You get a net profit of $12,000. This is your net profit, right? Now, this is what happened. You had $4,000. You go to the bank and you borrow $4,000. You leveraged the extra $4,000. You bought the coin. You made profits, right? You returned the bank, and then you left with $12,000. Now, you made $12,000 from $4,000. You initially had $4,000, and you also leveraged. So by leveraging, you made $12K, right? And this is a 3x. Or a 300% gain. Right? This is what leveraging is. You borrow money, you use it for your advantage, and you make massive profits, right? You made 300% of a gain by leveraging in this scenario. This is what people who flip houses do. This is what most of the professionals like Warren Buffett do. They borrow money and they use it to make extra profits. Alright, so that's very simple. I hope you guys understood the entire example. Now this is the benefit of leveraging. Now there's a dangerous side to leveraging as well. I'm gonna explain it right now. We talked about the positive side of leveraging, right? You can make extra profit when you borrow money and you leverage it. So what about the other way around? What if the stock goes down or the coin go down? Same example, XYZ coin is currently trading at $5, right? You got $4,000. It's you. All right, 4K, and the bank is here. You go to the bank, borrow $4,000, 4K. You put your 4K, and you got $8,000 again, right? Same example. You have 4,000. You go to the bank. You borrow money. You leverage your entire position. You got $8,000. You buy the coin, right? Something bad happens. The stock goes down. Stock goes down to $2.5, meaning this stock or the crypto lost its value. This XYZ coin lost its value in 50%. Right? Now what happens? So you initially had $8,000. 4,000 belongs to the bank. You have 4,000. Right? Let's do this. So how, when you reduce 50,000 from $8,000, what's your current capital? Right now you only have $4,000. Okay, you only have $4,000 because you lost 50% from your trade. Right? Because the markets do all sorts of crazy things. It's not your fault. Sometimes you do everything right, and there's this X factor that can still come in and bite you, and then you could lose money. That's why you have stop loss. You exit it, right? Now you got $4,000. You know, the funny thing about leveraging is, I talk about this, you have to return the money back. Alright, you gotta pay interest and all that stuff, but to make things simple, let's say you have to return the $4,000 you borrowed from the bank. So you go to the bank come and ask you, hey, give us our money back. You're like, okay, cool, take it. So you return this $4,000 to the bank because that's what you borrowed. How much do you have right now? $0. So this is the dangerous side of leveraging. I'll go over it one time. You got 4,000. You go to the bank. You borrow money. You borrow another 4,000. You leverage it. You put the money in. You put $8,000. You buy the XYZ coin at $5 a pop. It goes down. Now the coin is trading at 2.5. You exit the trade. All right, before it goes further down. Right now, the initial amount that you put, you lost 50% of it. 50% of 8,000 is 4,000. The bank comes and asks for your money back, for their money back. You give them their money, and you only have $0. Stock went from $5 to $1. How much of a reduction is it? 80%. Right? From $5 to $1, that's an 80% decline. Do the math. So you lost 80% of your entire capital. Right? 5 to 1. How much is 80% from 8,000? Alright. How much do you have right now? This is how much you're left with. So you lost 80% of the money that you put into the coin. And this is how much you're left with, $1,600. This in this particular example. Now, this is the dangerous part of leveraging. All right. Now the bank comes and asks, "Hey, buddy, give us our money back." You have to give them back. I only have $1,600. How can I give you my money back? Oh. Now you have to return this amount. You have to give them something. And what happens? You got into debt even more. Right? So now you have a debt. Not only you lost money, you lost your money, you lost their money. And not only that, you now have debt. You have a huge amount of debt because you borrowed $4,000 from them. You have to give that back. And of course, you lost money. There's nothing for you. Right? But you still have to pay the bank. Or whoever the person that you borrowed money from, you still have to pay them. And you're short $2,400. So this is how much debt that you have to pay the bank from this trade that went wrong because you leveraged it. If you lost your own money, alright, if it's the $4,000, 80% from $4,000, right? So if it's your own money, let's say you didn't borrow the money, it's $4,000. Alright, you put that, you lose 80%. It's the same trade, you lose 80%. If you do that, you're only losing $3,200. You'll still have $800 left to spare. You lost money, but you still have money. Your money is still there. But because you leveraged it and the stock went down, it went further down. In this scenario, you owe the bank $2,400. Not only you lost money, you owe the bank. So this is how leveraging works. Now I know leveraging is a fancy tool. Everyone loves to brag about it. People would sell it to you. But you have to understand there's a huge dark side to it as well. It's okay if you lose money, but if you owe money from a trade, that's really bad. Alright? And that's where the problem begins, and no one actually talks about that. So I hope you learned something from this example. I'm glad. If you have any questions, please put a comment below, and of course send me a DM on Facebook or Messenger or Instagram. I'm more than happy to go through the math with you and help you out. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in another video, and until then, have a nice day. Happy trading.